Hey, everybody. I want to welcome you to the Wheelchair Basketball Challenge portion of the 2020 Angel City Games, brought to you virtually and presented by the one and only, the Hartford. I'm your host, and my name is David Kiley, or DK. And at this point, I have a co-host who is incredibly famous, and I want to let him kind of tell him how famous he is. Will Waller.
DK, thank you so much, and thanks for making the time to be an amazing host for these Angel City virtual games. How's everyone doing? My name's Will Waller. I'm a two-time Paralympian myself. I know you're going to learn from some great talent here today and go through the challenges, but you know, I've made some amazing friends and traveled the world with the best three letters across my chest, and the sport's done so much for me. The biggest accomplishment I've had in the world of wheelchair basketball is being named into my current position 18 months ago. For 71 years, the NWBA has been in the business of changing lives, both on and off the court. And if you're wondering if there's a place for you in this game, the answer is a resounding yes. So don't worry what your physical situation might be. We have a system that helps you fit right in. So we'll be excited to talk more about that in the Q&A.
That's awesome, Will. Glad to team up with you today. Again, a little housekeeping or some announcements. Some of it is going to be repetitive from last Monday, but here we go. Please remain on mute for the duration of your session so everyone can hear our coaches clearly. For today's session, we're asking all non-adaptive athlete participants to add the word supporter to their name in the Zoom box. You can do this simply by clicking those three little dots in the right-hand corner and selecting rename. It's pretty cool. You get to rename yourself. Anyways, again, that is for all non-adaptive athlete participants. There will be a few opportunities to answer questions, but please raise your hand and wait to be called on and unmuted by the very good Angel City team. You can find the raise the hand feature under participants. If you have any questions or comments, please write them in the chat. We recommend when the session begins to go to the top right-hand corner of your Zoom screen and make sure you're on active speaker, that view. By doing that, you see our instructors in full screen, and it'll be a lot more beneficial and interactive that way. Today, again, we're very fortunate to have a medical super team that'll also be supervising this session. The medical team wants to remind you to keep water nearby and to perform just the basic stuff that if you're a paraplegic, spinal bifida, that after any exercise or activity, you check skin and make sure that you're taking care of your body in a very respectful way that'll keep you from any health issues in the future. Please make sure your name is on Zoom is the same as you use for registration, and that your camera is on so we can keep track of everyone and keep you safe. Medical is here every day, 30 minutes before, 30 minutes after, and Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, and today being Saturday. So it says you can stop by the tent. I'm not sure what the tent means exactly in virtual, but I'm going to say it anyways. If you have a history of cardiovascular, breathing, or a history of COVID, please message one of the medical providers. Also, if if we have any changes if you have any changes in condition, or you're training in a hot, uncomfortable environment, and starting to feel any certain way because of it, let our medical team be aware of how you're feeling. Again, as simple as a direct message to medical, if that applies to you. To send that message, click on chat, featured at the bottom of your screen, find medical for a private message, and a big shout out to those medical volunteers that are there only to keep us healthy and safe and for us to have a great time. All right, now finally, in the announcement part of things, and mandatory, is that we give a shout out to our tremendous list of sponsors. The Hartford being our presenting sponsor, the number one, and so powerful to have the Hartford represent and be presenting for the 2020 Angel City Virtual Games. Couldn't do it without you, and thank you very much, the Hartford. Another big thank you goes to Adaptive Apps. They brought you the innovative platform by which we're able to bring virtual games into your living room or your garage or your driveway, wherever it may be. But it's above my pay grade of technology, but we're very grateful to have them on as a partner. Performax, the renowned leader in custom designed wheelchairs, particularly basketball chairs, because we know that's all that matters, but also everyday chairs. You know, it's what I choose for my ride, and I feel proud to be in a Performax and associated. Grateful again for all the events that Performax gets involved with, but particularly that they chose Angel City Games. DK3, small time sponsor. I'm here just really with my brand, in order to help and support the Angel City Games, and that I love Camille and Amy as well. And Clayton, but anyways, 18 years of putting on 3-on-3 around the country, and we're currently in discussions with Tokyo, so we could go global coming out of 2021. The final sponsor is one that I really want Will to spend a little time with. He described his role and how proud he was of it. But the NWBA is here loud and proud, and I'd like Will to say a few words.
Nice. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. And I was at that first DK3 in Dallas, so appreciate your longevity and giving back to the game, brother. So real quick, everyone, you know, when you think about what the NWBA is supposed to be all about, we're supposed to be all about serving all of you, current members, future members, your friends who haven't played the game yet. We're here to try to bring value to you. If you want to learn a little bit more about what's going on in the NWBA, we have a town hall on Monday night. You can find information about it on the website, and we'll tell you what's going on and what the plans are for the upcoming season. We have other webinars that we've launched trying to bring more value to all of you. And then lastly, there's a big announcement coming out on Tuesday. I can't even give you a teaser on it, but check our social media platforms at NWBA, and you'll be able to see what that announcement is. But it's another way that we're going to bring some awesome value to you. I just want to say it's an honor to be here with DK, following in his footsteps, with a focus on giving back to the game. That's what DK3 is all about. So you all should go and check out his webpage and see how he does that to and for the game. But enough with the announcements. Let's get into what all of you have come here for, and that's to hear from these awesome coaches who are here to interact with you. If you joined us for the clinic on Monday, you may recognize the fabulous coaches, but let's do some quick intros for anyone who's new. And after that, we're about to get into some of these challenges. Then we're going to get into a Q&A. And if you have questions for any or all of these coaches, please make sure to go into the chat function on the bottom of your Zoom screen and type them in. But let's get going. First and foremost, we've got the one and only, all the way from Germany, Matt Scott, who's going to introduce himself. So hand it off to you, Matt.
Hey, thanks a lot, Will. Thanks a lot, DK. I have a tremendous amount of respect for both of you. Just very, very happy to be here on this Zoom call with you guys and sharing this experience. I hope some of you guys recognize me because zooming through the pictures, I recognize a lot of you. My name is Matt Scott. I'm a 4-time Paralympian, hopefully a 5-time when Tokyo comes around in Tokyo 2021. If you see on the front of my shirt, and I move these dreads out of the way, I'm also a Team Hartford athlete. And when you see me turn around, you see that I'm rocking B-Max on the back of my chair. Everywhere I go, I bring my sponsors with me. I really want to say a huge thank you to Hartford. They're bringing you this wonderful presentation, and very big special thank you to Performax that keeps me in the freshest chairs around. I'm not going to say too much more. I'm going to hand this off to Trey Jenifer, who's a great teammate of mine, and take it away, brother.
Thanks, Matt. I appreciate it. What's going on, everyone? My name is Trey Jenifer. You'll hear everyone call me Trey. That's the name that I go by. I have been a 2-time Paralympian. Been grateful to be a medalist in both of those Paralympic Games in London, and then winning gold in 2016. Like Matt said, this has been a passion of mine to play this sport and now be able to actually give back to the game. And that's what we're hoping to do here. We're hoping to be able to take our experiences and what we know and give it to you, so that way that you can use it to become that next elite athlete to get on our stage and represent our country, like Will said before. I've had the opportunity to work with all of these individuals on this panel. It's a great group of individuals here, and I think that we could learn a lot from them, including myself. So I hope that you guys stay tuned in, ready to go, and I'm excited to be here as well. And I'm going to pass it over to Megan, who will introduce herself next.
Hi, I'm Megan Blunk, and I'm excited to be here. This is one of my favorite events, and I'm just thankful that even though we couldn't be together in person, that they put in the effort and the very hard work to make this happen. Because no matter what, we're still connecting and we're growing. And so I'm also, thanks Matt for making it easy. I'm a Team Hartford athlete. Performax. Oh my gosh, you didn't make it easy. Now I'm spacing. So Performax, Hartford. Yeah, pretty much. I have amazing families all around me that support me, and it's because of my hard work that I got here and I pushed through and I showed up for things like, you know, the Angel City and all of these opportunities that are given to you through the hard work of others. It's really important that we show up and we show our support and we keep moving forward together. So yeah, that's me.
Hey, Megan, that's plenty. We love you and the rest of our crew. We're going to get into the really cool stuff and now. So if on Monday you were part of that clinic, you know that each of these Paralympians created a challenge for you to practice all week. I hope you've had the chance to practice. Any coach will tell you that players are made in the off season. So now's a chance for you to perhaps beat a Paralympian in your challenge, and the camera's going to be on you. So let's get started. We're going to have each of the coaches one by one go through and explain their challenge and then demonstrate it And let's start with Matt and his challenge. Floor is yours, Matt.
Hey.
Thanks a lot, DK. You know what? I actually saw a couple of those challenges happening on Instagram. I was really encouraged to see those. And shout out to all you guys that participated. The first thing that you need in my challenge is what I like to use is a Performax t-shirt, or maybe you could use something like if you have to wear a mask or something around, you can use one of those masks. You have to cover your eyes so you can challenge yourself and not look at the ball as you dribble. All right, so I'm going to throw this over my eyes. Need you to grab that. Bing. And, okay, there we go. Can you, I'm gonna hand this to you.
Did we lose Matt?
No, I think you turned off your video on accident, Matt.
No, I think that's a part of his challenge.
Come on.
Like a blindfold on the computer.
Come on, Stevie Wonder. Uh-oh.
You better not tell us he dribbled it like 500 times, man.
Yeah, I think that's a part of this plan.
Oh, wow.
It's fine. I'm not gonna fall for it.
Come on.
Give us a moment.
Yeah. Well, we all know the object. If you're looking down at the basketball, you sure can't see your teammates. So the idea of blindfolding is to be able to do that particular skill without having to look at the ball. And the better you get at it, the better your team will become. Matt, you let me know as soon as you get back.
How did you get, Matt?
I had 117. Did my screen back out?
You're
Oh,
good.
yeah.
It is now, and we got to trust you that you got 117.
I don't trust him.
I was blindfolded. I couldn't see. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, we couldn't see either.
Good demonstration.
Matt, do you want to give one demo that we can see real quick, even if it's non-blindfold?
I can absolutely do that. Sorry about that.
Oh,
Wait a
good.
second. Maybe I should set it up before I blindfold myself. Here we go.
That's a good idea.
The last one a warm-up round, Matt, and this will be the real deal.
So what you gotta do is you have to blindfold yourself, make sure you can't see anything. You put the ball in your left or your right hand, and I need you guys to let me know when 1 minute's over, all right? Will Waller, you got me?
Yeah, got you.
All right, here we go.
You got a lot of time.
About to say this minute seems long. No pressure, Maddie.
Keep going.
I don't believe he did this last time.
Another part of being a good teammate is cheering your teammate on. Let's go, Matt.
Let's go, Matt. That sounds really cool.
I'm jealous, man, to be honest.
You can do any of these exercises with music as well.
You're at 40 seconds.
30 seconds.
You're at 40. Now you're probably
Matt. That's it. You're good.
All right, cool. So yeah, see if you can get that.
Matt's working double time right now. We appreciate it, Matt.
All right, Matt, that was awesome. Now I think we transition. Trey, is it your turn?
Yeah. So I'm up, and like we talked about Monday, my demonstration is going to be based off passing. And I know everyone's situation is different, but what you basically need is an object to throw, and what you also need is a target to hit. All right. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take 10 passes, right? And we're going to take those 10 passes and try to hit our target. For every time we hit our target, that's 1 point. Every time we miss our target, there's no points, but we continue going. And it's something that you can repeat over and over. So behind me, you'll see that I'll have my box set up here. I'll be using my basketball, and I'll just be behind just a reasonable distance here with my basketball, making my passes here. So here we go. Ready?
That's why he's a Paralympian.
Perfect.
And the awesome thing is that you can make your target however big or however small you want it. You want it to be more challenging, you can make your target a lot more smaller, and then you can back up a little bit to make it a little difficult in your passes. And then once you build up and you get those 10 passes going, and then you can turn it into 20, and then you can go for that minute where you're just sitting there hitting the wall right there for a minute straight. So that's my challenge to you. Good luck, and we can't wait to see your results.
And Trey, couldn't you, as well, you could focus and give some love to your non-dominant hand as well, because we often overlook that, and it needs love as well.
Yeah, it's not just your, right? It's not just your chest pass that you're doing right now. It can be a baseball pass, it can be a hook pass, doing both dominant and non-dominant passes.
Awesome, awesome. All right, Megan, you're up with your strainer.
Okay, well, I'm excited for this. I just want to say that Adrina, you did awesome, and Ezra and Caleb. Caleb actually got the high score, and I didn't see that until I randomly checked my Facebook last night really late, so I'm glad I saw that because you definitely deserve a shout out. And I thought about using a taller bucket because obviously it would catch the ones that were bouncing out, but then I remembered that I am only competing with myself, and I'm going to compete with the same one to see if I beat the score. So you needed like a little bucket thing, and the measurements are on the list. So you need 6 feet. And then, can you see that? Okay, and you get 1 minute. You need 10 pieces of paper, and you cut it into 4 sections, and then you roll them up, and you get 40 paper basketballs. And you get 1 minute to make as many as you can. I have a timer, but Will, would you like to time me?
I'd love to time you.
Okay, I like to know, every like 20-second increment,
I got you. On your mark. Get set.
Wait, I'm not ready yet.
Okay.
I gotta have these in the right spot.
Okay. Do you?
I did this with my neighbors the other night, and we did like 4 rounds, and I won. It was really competitive.
You're the Paralympian, not them. Ready?
Well, itty bitty beast mode beat me on this one. Okay, ready?
Yep. Go.
Ready.
Say something, Megan, so we can see you.
Hi. I made 2. I made 3. 4. 5. 6. 7.
20 seconds.
Oh wait, I'm at 20. 8. 9. 10. I think I'm missing a lot of paper balls. I have a feeling I know where they went, but you guys, this isn't looking good, and
Say
We love
something.
the sound effects.
hello, I'm done. I'm out of paper balls.
Okay. What'd you
I
get?
think the cat took them. Let's see. I don't feel so good about this one.
The moment of truth.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I got 18.
Good job.
Nice
No.
job.
22 was my best.
Okay. Good effort. Good effort.
Thanks. Okay.
All right, let's have a big hand for all of our coaches, all of their challenges. I'm really proud of the fact if you were able to complete one or multiple challenges. We all are proud of you. If you didn't get a chance this week, no problem. These are exercises that can be done anytime on your own, and we highly encourage that because all the best work is done when nobody's watching. So remember that. We're going to now transition to the Q&A portion of the program, which question and answers, which is really a treat. You're going to get the opportunity to ask these Paralympians, these gold medalists, these tremendous human beings, whatever question you want. And I believe that Angel City staff, meaning Amy, is going to throw some questions our way. But if not, we can start with this one and then she can let me know what's going on. But it's a question that came from Cam from LA. It looks like it's open to anybody. What is the favorite place you have ever traveled and played wheelchair basketball? So anybody got a favorite place that you were allowed to play the game?
I'll be happy to take that one, DK. My favorite place was definitely Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, where Team USA was able to capture the gold medal in 2016. I've been to a lot of beautiful countries in the beautiful world there is, but that one sticks out the most, and it's like near and dear to my heart. So that's my favorite.
No, I think I agree with Matt. I think going to a bunch of different places, being a professional athlete, you get to see a lot of things, and there are a lot of beautiful things in the world. But when you add that beautiful location on top of the experience of being able to win that gold and do it with the 12 guys that you've been training with for so long, that's it right there. So I'm right there with you, Maddie.
How about you,
All right,
Megan?
guys, we've got another question from Ezra. Who's your greatest competitor?
Megan, you haven't spoken up yet. You wanna take that one?
I mean, I would say probably right now because we lost to Canada at Paralympians. So, or no, that was Worlds, huh? I am so out of it today. But yeah, we lost to them by like 2 points, and that was too close. So that's our toughest competitor right now, I think.
So for Team USA men's team, we like to say that we're playing against the game. It doesn't matter what our opponents are. It doesn't matter who, whether it's Canada or Australia. There's some great teams out there. Great Britain. There's amazing teams that we play up against. But we have goals that we set for ourselves in each game that we have to meet those gold medal standards. And if we meet those gold medal standards, it doesn't matter who comes in front of us. If we don't turn the ball over, if we shoot the ball well, shoot a good percentage, if we have enough assists, if we're getting our teammates into the game, then we win the game. It doesn't matter who we play against. So we don't have a specific competitor that we play against. We're competitive. We're competing against the game.
All right, guys, I'm going to break the rules a little bit. For us viewers that are on here, if you want to unmute yourself and you want to ask live on here, fire away. But just do it one at a time so we're not talking over each other.
Don't get shy now. Don't get shy. Let's see those reds coming off the mute button. We want to hear some questions.
Itty bitty, come on.
Caleb, help us out.
Everybody's on red. I'll start asking you guys questions if you don't hear it.
I've got a question. I'm dying to ask it. And since it's so quiet, but in search of a gold medal, in search of a national team position, what would you rate as the #1 focus that you would need to have to be in the position to, 1, make a national team, and 2, to win a gold medal?
I don't know if you guys will let me take this. I'll start it. And I know it's going to sound a little cliche-ish, but I think it's commitment is one of the things that we need to focus on, just because it's a lot of commitment that's being taken place. There's a lot of things that you miss out on when you're in the booth training, you know, trying to get your skills better, to get your team on your back, USA on your back. I mean, at the end of the day, so staying committed, you know, put in that extra time, knowing that you're just not the only one out there putting that time in. You're doing it for those 11 other athletes that are on the court with you, but also doing it for your country, because you're representing Team USA.
One thing that I'll add to what Trey said is that it's not always about how well you can play the game. I know that's very, very important. I mean, how well you can play the game is a very, very important aspect in making the team. But one thing that you have to understand is that you're an ambassador for your country, you're an ambassador for your family, you're an ambassador for yourself. So if you carry yourself with enough confidence and respect, and just make sure that every time that you enter the floor, you have respect for the game and respect for your opponents, that the rest of it takes care of itself. Trey mentioned commitment, consistency, and just love for the game. Like, those things are really, really important.
Yeah, I also have something to say. It's also all of those combined, and then knowing your why, because you really gotta hone in on that when you are sacrificing so much, and you're really putting you're staying in like a chapter, you know, for a good amount of time before you move on to the next chapter of your life. And you have to know your reason for doing that. And that's what I remind myself every day, to keep going. And so all of that combined, I would say.
You have to unmute to ask a question. I see a lot of muted people out there. So yeah, there you go.
I just saw Adrina remute.
Come on,
Typed in a question.
Here it comes.
You want to say it out loud?
How often do you guys
How often?
One more time, babe.
How often do you guys train?
Good question.
Training. We don't train. We just wake up and we're just this good all the time. No, I don't know about these guys, but I know for the national team, we get together as much as possible. You know, a lot of things come in between that, whether it be budget or schedules. But individually and with our teams, I know for example, I'm training 6 days a week, and then there's one game day during the season. So that's my schedule.
I've got something for Megan, if I'm allowed to chip in here.
Absolutely.
Megan, when I was young, a boy, a teenager, I played basketball just about 24 hours a day. That little game you had right there with that pot and throwing things into it, get this. At nighttime, when my parents put me to bed, I had this little ledge on top of my doorway. What would I do? How would I play basketball in my bedroom? I would roll up a pair of socks and shoot the socks at the ledge. And you just reminded me of that.
That's
I loved
a good
it.
story. That's awesome. I thought about using socks for the challenge, but
Yeah, somebody mentioned commitment. When I was a boy, I played like 5 years of basketball. I won 4 MVPs. I went to high school. I wasn't tall enough, quote unquote, that's what I thought, to go out for the varsity team. So we had this intramural thing, and for the champion, I was a point guard. I worked our team up to the level of the championship game. Now here's the unique part. Every other team had a varsity player on it. So my team went up against a team that the varsity player, the point guard for varsity was their team leader. We won.
awesome.
And the next day, the Jesuit priest who taught me German said, Dennis, why didn't you go out for the varsity team? And I said, Father, I screwed up. So I went to DeSales University next year. I made the varsity team.
Dennis, that is so awesome. That's really awesome.
I mean, how'd I do that? I did that via commitment.
Yes.
Somebody used that word commitment. That's the secret.
Yes.
Commitment.
Hey,
Yeah.
Dennis,
Yes.
thank you for bringing that point home for the team. That was really, really well said. And made me think of my next question for the team, which is, if you were looking back at your younger self, what would you say to your younger self, Matt, Trey, or Megan, about instilling confidence in yourself that you can get to that level?
Yo, we're getting some feedback. I think everybody's got to start muting themselves again, because we're getting some feedback. I can't actually hear the question. But I think what the question was is, what would I tell my younger self? One thing, I mean, I'll jump on it first because since I'm speaking right now. The first thing I would tell my younger self is just that I've just always got to believe in myself. I think when I was younger, I would sort of doubt. I would doubt myself sometimes. You lose a game, you doubt yourself. You miss a shot, you doubt yourself. And I know that whenever I'm at my best, whenever I'm performing the best of my ability, is when I'm the most confident and when I believe in myself to the highest power. So I would just tell my younger self to always believe in yourself, bet on yourself, and that just leads to such a good outcome.
Yeah, I just wanted to cut through the chase. Dennis, 5 MVPs, and your last name's Jordan. Come on, man. We know where that came from. Anybody else can answer that younger version of self?
Megan, you want to go first?
Sure. Mine is, once again, just like Matt said, so my self-doubt, like I'm still working on it, and but it comes from caring what others think too much, and that's something that has always held me back. And really, it's about, like Matt said, trusting yourself, and nothing else matters. Like, just do what you believe in and follow your heart and keep going, because it can get better and you will get stronger. So don't give up.
No, I definitely agree with Matt and Megan. One of the things that I learned when I was in college was to establish a visual roadmap of where I want to go and where I am and the steps to get there. So what I did in college was I built almost like a pyramid to say that at the top of my pyramid was to make Team USA. And then you had a bunch of different other goals below that were stepping stones for me to get there. And I think that if I would have started that at a younger age, I would have liked where we've gone. Don't get me wrong, I like where I am currently, but there's just different things that I could have done to understand the roadmap. And I think that speaking with this younger generation, you understand what your goal is, okay, but there are steps that you have to take to get to that goal. And I think that if you outline those goals and those stepping stones to get there, that it'll make that path, that road to your journey a lot easier.
Trey, I think that's so important. Sometimes people can get lost in the fact that they say, I just want to be on the next Paralympic team. And they don't necessarily understand each of the steps or each of the components that go with that. So the fact that you said breaking it down into those steps, I think is so important for this audience to be aware of.
Right, because these things don't happen overnight, right? I mean, I've been cut from my fair share of USA teams, but that doesn't kill the drive. I know that my ultimate goal is to make that team. And now that I'm on the team, hopefully for another run in 2021 in Tokyo, that ultimate goal is winning the gold. So there's steps that have to happen to that point.
I just want to add one more thing to that. I just know, like, when I was coming up, there were guys like Will Waller and there was guys like DK with a big wealth of knowledge that when I was coming up and I didn't know, I wasn't afraid to ask. So one of the things that I think that the younger generation needs to know is that it's not a weakness to ask for help. It's not a weakness to ask to be on these calls. I think it's very, very, courageous, and it's very commendable for all of you guys to be here so you can learn from someone ahead of you. I know that I've learned from Will Waller, I've learned from DK, and I've learned from all of the USA basketball players before me. And hopefully you guys will be wearing the USA across your chest after, learning from situations like this.
I'm sorry, but I gotta add one more thing to that too. Yeah, like Matt said, you all being here is taking a step towards being a better version of you and growing and learning from others. And so I know one person in particular on here who this was really out of their comfort zone, and even doing the challenge was out of their comfort zone, but they did it. And I'm sure that they're gonna walk away with, just a better understanding of who they are and what they're capable of doing, and the support that they have, because they came here and now they see all this love and support we're giving all of you and you're giving us. So yeah.
Any other live questions from the participants? Don't be bashful. Now's your chance.
Does team bonding help with team communication on the court?
Guys,
110%. Like I think that loving your teammates on and off the court, it's a bond, right? I mean, ultimately, it was what we're talking about. We refer to our team not as a team of basketball players, but as a family. I mean, we're growing on and off the court. We're talking about we're with each other for weeks on end, 24 hours. Like, we're with those individuals. So, like, you build these relationships that aren't only just for basketball, but own personal lives, right? These guys and ladies, we fought together, and it's been an awesome experience. But it's the relationships that we take away from this, because at the end of the day, it's not just about basketball, right? It's about everything outside of that. And how we come together as individuals is the thing that I love about being a part of this team.
A really important thing to know when you get to the Paralympic level is that everybody else is at the Paralympic level too. There's not much that separates the physical talent. So the other 10%, or the other, I would say the physical is the 10%. The other 90% is how well that you have that chemistry with your teammates. If I know where Trey's gonna be out on the floor, when I go out and I play for Trey and I play for the other teammates that I have, it gives me the ability to not want to quit, because I know these guys, they count on me. They count on me, and they know that I'm out there for them and they're out there for me. So that's a major part. That team chemistry, that team bonding, that's a major part of it. That's a great question.
yeah, and I would say that the bonding, like, that also doesn't just happen overnight, and it's about, putting the work in. And if it's not there, if you feel like your team could be closer, you could have more fun, you could, be more vulnerable and trust each other, then you can be the person to bring that out in your team, because that's what a team is. It's everyone bringing their most valuable assets and putting it forward. And kind of my role on the USA team is kind of that person. Like, I do the, like, ridiculously weird videos, and, like, everyone laughs about it, but it makes us come together. And also the bonding between the men and the women's side, their support for us makes us stronger, and just helps us realize, that we all believe in each other in the bigger picture.
And to add to that, I mean, to truly bond, there's more to it than the X's and O's and where your teammate's going to be on the floor when you're thinking of throwing him a pass, but it's also knowing everything you can about their family, what's going on with them, all the personal stuff that makes a connection, not just basketball and the strategy and that kind of stuff. But if your teammate truly knows that you care, you're going to have more of a bonded situation when you go to war, and you will go to war. So,
and Dave,
speaking of a war, we usually play Call of Duty as a team, so that's how we bond.
I was going to say on the bonding stuff, the reason why it's also important is, at some point when you collect these medals, they sit in a drawer somewhere. but you have people after you're done playing the game that you can call on and connect with, and those relationships are going to be so important as you go on in life. So if while you're playing, all you make it about is the goal of winning, you're missing the bigger opportunity, which is forming, you know, an extended family that you can call on later on in life. So, you know, an example of that is Dave and I were on the Sydney Paralympic team together. We won a bronze together. And, you know, to me, it's much more important that he helps me out in my job as the leader of the NWBA. Now, granted, I love that medal, but I love Dave more than the medal. So that bonding is critical.
Thank you, Will. Any other live questions? Bring it.
Did the experiences from playing in college help with the transition to playing in the Paralympics?
Yeah, absolutely. No, go. You want to go for it, Megan? After
Sure.
you.
I knew that playing in college was exactly what I needed to do to make it to the Paralympics, and not only make it, but to be my best. That's where the coaching is and the best, you know, competition. And so, yeah, for sure. I knew that was the step I needed to take to make it to the Paralympics. Like, just like Trey was saying, it's all about the steps you're taking. And
So what the question was, did the college experience kind of help us transition into the national team experience? Is that correct? Okay, so absolutely. So I mean, if you do the college experience right, those college coaches are helping you work on your fundamentals. It's not all about, you know, being the best junior player or the best, you know, player that moves through this. It's about coming there, learning the things that were previously your weaknesses, and then you turn them into strengths. It's about, you know, practicing every day. It's about time management. It's about learning to be responsible and like be a you know, responsible athlete, be a responsible man or a responsible woman, depending on, you know, what your program is. And I think all of those things are really important. I think it teaches us responsibility, it teaches us that commitment, and all of the college coaches that I know are out there teaching those things, you know, whether it be, you know, the University of Edinburgh, the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater, University of Texas Arlington. There's so many great universities out there teaching those things. And I think that is how you get to the next level. You learn that commitment. You learn how to play the game correctly.
No, I would agree. I think that it's a pipeline going from, you know, juniors to college and then eventually to the national team. And I think, like Matt said, right, it's fine tuning those skills. Like you go from maybe practicing once or twice a week to now practicing 5 times a week, right? And then not only that, you're going from that and playing, you know, against your local team or wherever your community can travel to across the country to play, you know, some of the best athletes in the country, because they're bringing those best athletes in the country to those organizations. So, I mean, I had a unique opportunity to play against like Matt and like Steve and Brian and all these guys that were elite level athletes. So I got to see where they were at, where I needed to work on my game and then improve my game so I could play with these individuals, because they are, it's a lot better of an experience to play with them than against them. Best believe it.
Yeah, that was a really good question too, by the way.
yeah, Corrales. He was my 3-on-3 teammate at Angel City Games last year.
Thank you.
He's been my teammate as well. I didn't know that was Corrales. I got to swipe through the thing. What's up, Corrales? How you doing, brother?
What's up, Matt?
Way to represent with that Lakers shirt, brother.
Yeah, you know how we do.
We might have to rig the raffle prizes because you're representing the LA.
Appreciate it, DK.
Corrales did a TED Talk. Impressive.
All right. Well, I think we got about 10 minutes left, and so now it's time to transition into the raffle aspect of things. So, thank you to all the amazing questions that you shared with our coaches that you cause them to think a little bit, but really not that much, because they're such students of the game that I don't think there's a question that they couldn't answer. Before we wrap it up, we're going to do this raffle. We want to thank Hartford and Performax and DK3 for some of the goodies that you're going to win today. So this is how it works. We'll have two separate prize wheels. One will be for all athletes who are here today, and second will be for the athletes who are here today and who uploaded a photo or video completing the challenge to either the platform or social media and tag Angel City Sports. So if you did that, you have double chance to win today. We're raffling off Performax mystery boxes, which will include some parts and swag. We've got DK3 swag bags, and we have super athlete prize packs from the one and only the Hartford, which include a yoga mat, water bottle, Angel City socks, and some other fun swag. If you're so lucky to win, here's a Venice Beach Soul of the Game shirt. That's going to come from DK3. Just a typical outdoor Soul of the Game t-shirt, some of our swag, and then our Mamba gear, which was geared towards Kobe Bryant. We have his 2 numbers and of course Gigi's number, and we have that in different colors. And so anyways, I'm running the show, so I got to show all this stuff. So
hey, that is some swag right there. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Anyway, so now Amy, I think you're in charge of the wheel. First, let me know what we have to do to win this swag here. All right, here we go. We've got a wheel up. Is that a winner, or do we have to spin it?
We are going to have to spin. You tell me when to spin, and I'll hit the spin button.
All right. I would say it's time to spin it. Wow.
Love this.
Lands on Corey.
That's
we have a winner.
Congratulations, Corey. Great job, brother.
Am I supposed to be in the competition?
You won. Congratulations. Where you from, bro?
Thank you.
Yeah. And
Where are you from?
I'm from Delaware.
He's medical.
Yeah, I'm one of the medical staff.
Oh. Well,
Corey,
I appreciate it, but I think we should respin it for the rest of the participants.
That is very nice of you.
Thank you.
Good guy.
What is it, the free stuff?
Again, though, Corey, this was meant to be.
Initial announcement of registering as a supporter, but anyways, you were focused on medical. So should we spin again, Amy? Here we go, and thanks for giving it up, Corey. There we go. Shelly in the house.
Congratulations, Shelly Weinstein. Are you here? Where you at?
Shelly's medical too. She's in a different room right now, guys.
All the
Medical, they're angels.
They didn't listen to the instructions. You gotta love it.
That's some home cooking. Right
Amy, and I think you also got to take Trey off there. That might be my family watching there, so you got to take Trey off there as well.
Oh Lord, we're losing people left and right.
Hey, this just shows that when you stick with it, you never know what's gonna happen.
I see Adrena at the top of the list.
It's anyone.
How do you want to handle it, Amy? There we go.
We're spinning it again.
We're spinning it again.
Boom!
Oh!
Yeah! Congratulations,
the 5-time MVP.
Yeah, Dennis.
Yeah.
One more
All
thing.
right, and so that's the first prize winner, right? And you're getting DK3 swag, so make sure your name and all your info's typed into your registration box or however that goes. Right, Amy? Yep.
Sounds great. We also have you registered on the platform, Dennis, but go ahead and put it in the chat and we'll copy it and make sure you get this. Also,
Okay.
for anybody that submitted any of your video or on social media posts and you're not on the list, send us a message and we'll make sure that we get something out for you.
All right. I really feel like we're dissing the medical, but you know, what can I say? Do we do another one for DK3 or how do you want to, you know,
You tell me spin the wheel, I'll spin the wheel.
spin the wheel and let's hope it lands on somebody new. Oh, Elizabeth, we're going big time. Now tell me you're not medical.
Tell me you're medical.
No, I'm
Are
disabled
you there?
athlete. I'm here.
All right, beautiful.
Thank you.
All right. Yay, yay. Well,
Thank you.
we're going to get you some DK3 swag as well. And I think we have one more opportunity for our DK3 final 3. So go ahead, spin it. Sorry this is taking a little longer, but it's all about prizes. Adrena. Itty bitty. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, and she's gonna get double swag because she was a winner of our Mamba mentality contest that we had earlier in the year that got sidelined by the virus. So she'll get some swag, and she's also getting a scholarship to attend a camp via DK3. So congratulations to all 3 winners.
Yay.
Yay. Now I think we go to the Performax mystery bags or boxes, right? Here we go. And so now it's time to spin it and win it. Oh, this one's Performax. You guys do this, the athletes.
Yay! It's Caleb. Caleb, I'm so happy that you won.
Yeah.
Nice. Way to show up.
Thank you.
Yes.
You deserve it.
Yeah.
It's a mystery. We're not totally sure what it is, but you'll like it.
Yeah.
Determined.
All right, number 2 for Performax mystery box stuff.
Come on.
That rolled. I tell you, when you're a 5-time MVP,
it
just keeps happening.
I've never won anything in my life.
Double trouble. Yeah, I wouldn't say you didn't win anything. Not after what you told us. All right, Dennis, you also win a Performax mystery box. So congratulations. And Trey, this one's on you. Here it comes.
Big money, big money, big money, big money.
All the winners, they keep winning, man.
Itty
Double
bitty.
time.
Oh.
Oh, what happened?
I think we're still spinning.
Sorry, Adrena.
Corrales.
Corrales.
Free.
Yeah, Corrales.
Trey, you want to give him props?
Oh no, yeah. Oh no, I know Corrales. Corrales came to Edinburgh. I had the opportunity to work out with him, teach him up a little bit. So I'm glad to see an Edinburgh winner out here. A little something, something, you know.
There we go. There we go.
Thank y'all.
Well, that's our third Performax. Now we need Hartford athletes to run these next, I believe, 2 items, if I'm not mistaken.
Matt, you want to go first?
You got the list right?
Where's Matt?
Looks like we might have lost Matt, so let's have you jump in, Megan, and then when Matt comes back, we'll bring him in.
Okay. Well. Ready to spin the wheel. I really like this wheel. Oh, nice.
Tiger.
Little tiger shark. He's at like every single event. Congrats. Are you on here? No? Oh. Oh. Well, congratulations.
What did he say, dude?
Oh, he is. Nice.
Hey.
Yeah. You won some Hartford gear. That's my sponsor. I love them. And the sponsor of the Angel City Sports Games.
Thanks,
All
Megan.
right, all right. We have one more. Is Matt back? All right.
No.
Megan, you get them both.
Judy. Are you on here, Judy? Congratulations. Judy on here? Well, it's exciting nonetheless.
Yeah, everybody likes to win some prizes. And thank you to those sponsors that contributed. But here we are at the end of a week. This was really fun. We had a cast of characters that I can't even believe when we look at star power. And the fact that we had a small, intimate group today just means you had a very personal time with amazing athletes that really are hard to get a hold of unless you're on social media and all that jazz. So consider yourself lucky. I'd like to spend this time to thank the Hartford for all that they do for adaptive sports and the 2020 virtual Angel City Games. I want to thank Performax, Adaptive App, NWBA, and DK3.
I just got a message from Matt. His internet dropped, but he wanted me to say thanks to all of the partners and congratulations to the winners, but also to everyone who participated. So hopefully everyone got something out of it. And from my point of view, I would just encourage everyone to come back for week 2 and week 3 of these virtual games because you're going to get great exposure to more sports and some other great athletes who are supporting the games.